Hello everyone, welcome to Testing Universe. In this entire video series, we are going to learn about software testing. Like what is software testing, what are different types of software testing, how exactly we can perform the software testing, and what all concepts are there in the software testing. So before we understand about software testing, we have to first understand about this software. What is a software, how exactly software will be built, right? What all different types of software are there? So all those things we have to understand before we move ahead and understand about software testing. So what is a software? It's a program which enables the computer to perform a specific task, right? So software is nothing but a program, right? We will understand about the program in some time. So that program, whatever we are going to write, it will enable the computer to perform a specific task. Okay, so otherwise, in other terms, that program will tell the computer to perform some action, right, or some task which has been defined in that particular program. So what is a program then? Okay, it's an organized and ordered set of instructions to the computer. So that's what we have understood here, which enables the computer to perform a specific task. So if specific task needs to be performed, then right, we have to give some set of instructions, right? So those instructions should be organized. Those instructions should be organized. That is very, very important. So organized and ordered set of instructions. Okay, so if my program, whatever I'm going to write, right, so has to display welcome to testing universe, then I have to write the program in such a way that the computer will understand that program and then it will give me the output. Okay, so that is nothing but it's an organized and ordered set of instructions to the computer, right? So if some action needs to be performed, or if you want to tell somebody to do something, so you will be giving some set of instructions so that they will understand it in their own language, right? So that's about the program. So these set of instructions are written in different programming languages which are listed below. There are many programming languages which are available, but these are the most popular programming languages. So whatever program or set of instructions we are talking about here will be written in these any one of these programming languages, or it can be a combination of these programming languages like C, right? C++, Java, C Sharp, Python, and etc. There are many programming languages are there. So with the help of these programming languages, we are going to tell the computer you do some specific task. So why do we need these programming languages? Why can't we write some other language, or human readable language? Why can't we write that? Right, so we'll understand all of them in some time. So these are the programming languages we are going to use, right, to talk to the computer. So there are different types of softwares are there. So we, whatever with the help of these programming languages, whatever program we are going to write, so that is called a software. It can be a one set of program, or this is one set of program, and then this is the second set, and then this is the third set of program, and then this is the fourth set of program. For example, let us say we'll take up one example of creating a billing software or point of sale software. Billing or point of sale software. Okay, what is this billing software? If I go to any shop, right, if you purchase something, the bill needs to be generated. So to create this particular billing software, right, so we will have to consider many factors. First, we have to add the inventory or add all the items to the software, and then whenever the customer purchases it, right, the that purchase details needs to be entered, that you can take this as one module. We will call them as different modules. Inventory is one module, right? Billing is another module. Billing is another module. And then the third module, whenever you click on submit, right, there will be another third module where the inventory, right, inventory will get deducted, and then the fourth module, bill, will be generated. Like this, it is a combination. A software is a combination of different modules, okay, to perform a specific task or to create some big software to perform certain tasks. Okay, it can be a one task or it can be combination of multiple tasks. So in this particular software, whatever point of sale or billing example we have taken, right, the end goal is you have to generate the bill and your inventory should get deducted, or it should get reduced. Okay, initially, for example, 10, let's go to a mobile shop. There are 10 mobiles are there, right? If a customer comes and buys two, right, so the two mobiles should be given to him, and then the inventory should be updated in such a way that, right, the 8 mobiles, if you go to reports, it should give you the 8 mobiles. So you can consider that report as one more module, right? So like this, they will write small pieces of code to perform some specific requirement, and then they will combine everything together to create a big software. Okay, so there are different types of softwares are there. One is application software and another one is system software. So let's understand little bit in detail about them. What is application software and what is system software? So how exactly the software or entire computer system is organized? Okay, so first we have to consider the bottommost layer would be hardware. Okay, so you can call this as your processor or something like this, right? The entire hardware will be there, which is the bottommost layer, and then on top of hardware you will be writing your system software. On top of hardware you will be writing your system software. What are these system softwares? If you want to communicate or if you want to send instructions to this particular hardware, or for example to the processor, okay, to the processor, you need to have certain software. Those are called system software. That means they are going to interact with the hardware system. For example, your operating system, right? On your hardware your operating system will be installed. Similarly, you will get lot of device driver softwares, and some other small utilities can also be directly installed on top of the hardware. So these are all called system software. On top of system software, you will be having application software. You will be having application software. So for like if you take the example of operating systems, it can be Windows, right? Windows operating system, Mac OS, Mac operating system, and then Linux operating system, right? Linux, and then Unix. This was the oldest. Unix was also one of the operating system. So these are all system software. On top of these particular operating systems, you will be installing your application software. Can we get some examples of the application software? For example, your Microsoft Office, MS Office, right, is an application software. Means after installing your operating system, you will be installing these particular softwares. Like Microsoft Office is one such example, and then you can also take the antivirus softwares, right? Antivirus softwares and many other software, whatever you are going to install on your operating systems, they're all called application softwares, right? So I hope you have understood about application software. Let's move ahead and then understand what is software testing. Okay, in a layman term, if some product, okay, it need not be software. If some product is manufactured, or if some product has to be manufactured or created, right? You need to go through lot of process. In that particular process, whatever, let's take an example of pen, right? If that pen has to be manufactured, right? First you have to divide that into different modules, the bottom one, the top one, and then you need to have the ink, okay, how much ink it should carry, and then the needle. Once everything is done, right, whether it it will contain some 10 ml or 20 ml, whatever it is, whatever is the defined parameter, whether it will contain that much ink or not. And then once you complete everything, okay, once you start writing, whether it will start or whether it will write neatly or not, okay, that you will be testing, right? So similarly in software, right, if you want to generate anything, or if you want to create any software, right, whatever code that which is going to be uh, written, okay, that needs to be tested. Okay, there are many techniques are there for this particular software testing. So in simple terms, if we say whatever software which has to be which is created, right, by the developers, that needs to be tested before we deliver that to the end user or customers. Okay, so that is the simple understanding about software testing. But we will have certain standard definitions, so we will go through them. Software testing is a process of executing a software with the intent of finding errors. Okay, with the intent of finding errors. So the developer is going to write the code, and then he is going to combine all the code he has written to make it as one big software. And then whenever you are executing or you are using that software, you should not find some errors. In the sense, for example, whatever billing software we have taken, after selling two items, if the inventory is not deducted and if it is showing 10, okay, so it is an error, or you can call it as bug in the system. We'll understand all the terminologies about software testing. So it's an error in the system, it is not reducing the quantity, right? So I have taken the example of a small amount, that is 10, okay, items. If we have lakhs of items, and then if the inventory is not getting reduced, or it is reducing two times, like if you sell one, it is reducing two, that kind of errors might also come. Okay, so with the intent of finding the errors, okay, that is software testing. Okay, so we'll understand a little bit in detail about this definition. It is a process, okay, software testing is a process to identify the correctness, completeness, quality, security, integrity, and performance of the application or software under test. Okay, so this becomes a broader definition. This becomes a broader definition. So what does this mean? Okay, it is a process to identify the correctness, whether the software which has been built, okay, has built as per the requirement of the customer or not, which has been built as per the requirement of the customer or not. So all the requirements have been covered or not. So that you are going to say, okay, it has been neatly covered. Then you are verifying the correctness. Completeness. So what do you mean by completeness? All the requirements of the customer have been taken care, and then there might be certain other requirements which you have to suggest to the customer, so that the product is packaged in neat way that it has to be delivered to the customer. So correctness, as per the requirements we are developing or not, and then completeness, whether it has taken care of all the requirements or not. Quality. Quality, when you will say any product is a quality product, it should not have any errors or any defects or something like that. So that we are going to identify. Security of the software. Okay, what do you mean by security? For example, let us take, I am entering username and password. You might have observed in many of the applications, username will be displayed but password will not be displayed. It will show star star star. But that is good, they have taken care, they are showing star star star. But if I copy this particular star star star, and then if I paste in some notepad or some other tool, whether it is going to show me the password or it is encrypted password, that is very very important. So this is a very very small example, but there might be lot of security breaches which will happen in software. Okay, this is one example of not displaying the confidential data. Or okay, so you will enter username and password and you will log in. Maybe in the web URL you are showing both username and password, which may not be correct. So all those kind of security related, we'll go in detail about what all things what is security testing and how exactly we have to consider this security testing, what are different types of security breaches might come, and how exactly we have to test that. We'll go in detail, but we will also verify security and then integrity. What do you mean by integrity? One software can talk to many other softwares. Okay, this particular integration is taken care or not. So just to give you an example, so we will take the example of make my trip. Okay, makemytrip.com, where if you search for some flight details, right, you will not get the flight detail of only one service provider. You might get flight detail of so multiple service providers. For example, you want to travel from India to US. Okay, India to US, you are going to make my trip, and then you will enter India from origin, and then destination is United States, and then you will take some dates, and then you will submit. When you submit, okay, this is one system. This might have been developed in for example, let us take Java. So what this make my trip will do, it will go and hit multiple service providers. For example, Air India, yeah, Air US, right, Emirates, multiple service providers. It is going to hit the or send the request, and then it will get the response from all these service providers. These different service providers might have been developed. For example, this might be in Java, this might be in PHP, right, and this might be in C sharp, or another might be in Python, like this. Okay, so we have to consider all these factors. So one make my trip, right, will send the request to multiple service providers which are developed in different languages. So that is integrity, whether it is going to have that particular communication properly or not. That integrity of the software is very very important. And performance of the application or software under test. So we have tested all these things, but if the performance of the application is not proper, then it's not going to help us. For example, the same make my trip application, it is sending the request, but to get the response, it is taking some 3 to 4 minutes. For example, if it takes 3 to 4 minutes to show all the results of different service providers. Maybe there might be 10 to 15 service providers. If you want to if you take 3 to 4 minutes to display just the flight details of all the service providers, then this make my trip, okay, uh, application, right, is not performance compliant. Means it should not take, right, more than 30 seconds. That is also too much. It should be in very very lesser value. I'm just quoting an example here. So this is the a broader understanding about, this is the broader understanding about the software testing. Okay, so once again, it is a process to identify the correctness, completeness, quality, security, integrity, and performance of the application or software under test. I hope it has cleared all your doubts about software testing. So why software testing is very much important? You might have got a fair idea with that broader explanation of the definition what we have taken, right? It is very important phase of software development life cycle because software is developed by humans, and unfortunately we as human beings are prone to make errors and mistakes, right? So I will just give you this particular Wikipedia link. Okay, they have given, right, a lot of history of software bugs that have caused the monetary as well as human losses, right? If you take some healthcare or airline related softwares, it might have caused human losses also, and then lot of softwares, right, might have caused monetary losses also. So in the description of this particular video below, you will be finding this particular link. Just go through this, and then if you want to reduce the monetary or human losses, you should do the thorough testing of the software which has been developed. Okay, that's why it is going to be one of the very important phase in any particular software development. All right. So as we have already discussed, software testing is used to check whether the software is developed as per the requirement of the client or not. It is used to check usability, right? If we deliver the software or if we provide the software to the end user, right? So when he starts using, whether it is user friendly or not. If for example now we are having a lot of mobile phones, and then the entire interface, if it is not user friendly, maybe that this mobile phone would not be so much successful as it is today. All right, so usability of the software is very important. And then security, we have already spoken about it. Quality, integrity, performance of the software. To detect the defects or bugs during the early development stages of the software, we'll be doing the software testing. So that's about the broader understanding about what is software and what is a program, how exactly we'll be writing the program, and then what is software testing and what are the advantages of doing software testing. And if you like this particular video, right, please subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos on software as well as software testing. Thank you so much.